Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be another RJB replay sent to me by RJB himself. Go ahead and check out his Brood War channel at RJB TV. Just search that in your YouTube bar or search bar. In case that wasn't clear, leave a comment saying that Falcon sent ya and subscribe to RJB. Alright, so bottom right, we have a blue Protoss player. It is Ss1nz. Bit of a younger player here. He did qualify for ASL 11, which is awesome. Awesome by him. And in the bottom left, a bit of an older player. He's about 31 years old. It is Calm. Red Zerg player here. Both of them excellent. Qualified for earlier ASLs. Did Calm. Not quite his bag anymore, but he is still excellent. And Ss1nz here is an up-and-coming Protoss here on Circuit Breakers. Again, thank you RJB for sending me this replay. Hey, Terry, why are you flying away from me, man? We have a lot to talk about today. Yes, I know the Overmind commanded you to scout this way, but can you just turn around and say hello to the viewers? Yes, I know you don't have free will. All right, fair enough. Why are we scouting here, Ss1nz? Zergs do not take the base here or at the 3 o'clock position unless they really, really have to. That was kind of odd. Maybe Ss1nz has a history of putting his first hatch there? I don't know. Overpooling it. And Gateway? Yeah, Gateway expanding here from Ss1nz. Everything should be cool at this point. I mean, the overpool, not super duper early lings, plus the Zerg doesn't know where the Protoss is right now, so that's an issue. Plus, there's an expansion coming up. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Just toss it down, man. Just now, right now. You have... It's like Calm is more interested in killing the probe than he is in actually tossing down the hatch. Which I guess killing the probe means you deny further scouting, which is cool and everything, but also you kind of need a second base, man. Anyway, so what we're going to do, instead of getting a Forge first play, is get a Gateway first and send some Zealots out and try to put some pressure on the Zerg player. Try to make him, stay home, defend, make more Zerglings than he maybe wants to. But he's already got 4, and he's making another pair here, so I think, I don't know, can we get here in time to save this probe? Again, slowlings be slow, as it turns out. So this isn't even a wall, is the thing. So Zealot staying home. Cybernetics Core could really help wall this off quite nicely. I don't know that I've really seen this super attempted defensively without a Forge before, so maybe a Forge is next. But yeah, knows the lings are coming. This probe, I cannot believe it's alive. This probe was over there forever, took so many hits. Shield regeneration is a beautiful thing for Protoss. And makes it home just fine and dandy. Pile on there. Man, these lings, I mean, they're not getting up this ramp, especially not with 2 Zealots. Oh, get out of there. Yeah, pull the wounded Zergling back. Good, yeah, it's nope. Not happening. Not with 3 Zerglings at all. Is this Zealot still running around inside the main? He's got 1 kill now. 2 kills now. And he's toast. Third base, seeing third base here from Calm. Not taking this one, even though there's gas over here, because low ground bases are terrible for Zerg, especially. For Terran, it's not too bad. There's your Forge coming up. So he's like, fine. Ling pressure, especially if there's Hydra pressure. We want to make sure that we have some cannons. So look at that Forge rolling, but the natural base is warping in now. So that's excellent. Here from the younger Protoss, Ss1nz. Okay, it's only 1 Z. It's not like, it's not a lot of Zs. Anywho, everything's pretty normal here. I gotta say, hit that like button if you're excited for a bit of a longer macro ZVP here today. That's probably why you clicked on it. Again, 2 professional Korean players. Should be a great time. Hatchery coming up. Macro hatch at the front door from Calm. Decides maybe you're gonna go for a lot of lings. And for a lot of lings, you need a lot of larvae. And therefore, a macro hatch is great. Is this the same? No, different probe came over to scout, sees the macro hatch and says, okay. Sees the third base and says, okay, I have some time to tech up here. It's not a crazy aggressive 2-base Zerg opener anyway. Cybercore coming in at about 5 minutes, which feels late, but whatever. Also, no speed. Wait, hang on. Yeah, no speed. But good micro there to make sure that Zerglings trapped the probe and murdered him. Wow, just no speed at all? Alright, slow. This is a lot of lings to be slowlings, good sir. Like, a lot of lings to be slowlings. But I guess if the Zealots don't have speed, it doesn't matter too much. You're still faster than they are. Maybe you save some gas, too. What did we just... Actually, we're just getting gas now. Because we haven't spent gas on anything, that's for sure. Hydralisk Den. Okay, so Hydra Den here at 530. That's a lot of Zerglings. They're slow, too. I don't know how I feel about this, making this many slowlings. Which, again... Ss1nz knows. Ss1nz knows they're slowlings because the probes were, or that probe was able to run from them for a little bit. Another macro hatch. 2 macro hatches on 3 bases. Hydralisk Den pops in. It's a very quick build. Protoss working on Corsairs because that's what you do. Citadel of Adun coming in as well. This could be a DT Corsair play. This could be a Speedlock Corsair play. Both can be extremely damaging to Zerg players who are not prepared for either one of those. So we'll see how this works out. There's your speed. All right, man. Faster Zealot leg movements. I mean, not just their legs. It's all of them. Overlord comes in and sees what's what. Gets a perfect scout off because there is nothing that can shoot up here. No Dragoons, no Corsairs yet. The cannons can't move, so they can't catch Overlords even if they're slow. And the Corsair actually decides not to go for the Overlord at all. Decides instead to head on right on over. Evolution Chamber coming in, so we can make some spores in a second, but not quite yet. Corsair just has to watch out for Hydras. And there are a couple out. It's not like there's a million of them, but, you know, 2's enough to dissuade a Corsair in this situation. 3 is better, but 2 is ample against 1 Corsair anyway. When it starts to turn into more Corsairs, though, that's when more Hydras are necessary. Wow, pretty quick Templar Archives, too. But I guess if you're worried about a big Hydra push, Templar Archives is the way to go. This is a lot of Zealots. I feel like Calm's in a spot of trouble. Does end up scouting additional gateways coming in before he dies. Corsair trying to kill something. That's a big stack of Overlords. They're really tempting for the splash damage from the Corsairs to go for. Can't believe we still have slowlings. Like, I know that speed doesn't make them hit any harder, but I swear it does. It's a psychological boost of some kind. Yeah, so 3 Hydras, a Spore or 2 would be pretty cool here, but I guess there's no Overlords to defend up in this location. Yeah, Zealots. Are they faster than slowlings? We don't often see this interaction with fast Zealots and slowlings, but by golly, I think they're faster. Like in a straight up foot race, I think they just win. That's hilarious. More Hydras in production. Storm's about 50% complete. So I really don't see an attack on the front door doing much. Again, the speed lock count is pretty high. Having those guys in the front to absorb shots and jump out on the Hydras is absolutely required in this situation. Cannons are set back a little bit, so the Hydras can't hit them directly, but they can still get hit by the cannons. I like it. I like it a lot. So the Hydras can start picking away at some of these buildings, but guess what? Storm's about 4 seconds from completion. Plus, again, there's all these speed lots here. 5 more are being produced at a time. And it's nice. Like, this is fine. It's a decent contain, but I would not go in there at this point. There's 4 High Templar. Storm has been researched. We've got enough for, well, 1 storm anyway, but very soon enough for 4 storms. Oh, actually 2. Okay, now we have 4 storms. 4 storms ready to go. This many of Hydras. This many Hydras not super happy about it. Hey, look, it is a 4th base on the low ground from Calm. Alright, cool. I mean, it's more of a thing versus Terran. You don't want to expand down there, but against Protoss, too, I've seen Zergs be very reluctant to throw up a base down this way just because Dragoons kind of set up on this high ground. Reavers are up here shooting down, too. It's hard to go up a ramp to defend your own base. It's not really something that Zerg is into. Which is why, I mean, I guess it's the 4th, but usually the 3rd base is up here on the low ground, and then the, you know, your next expansion's up on the high ground. It's basically free. But not what Calm is going for here, which I find a little bit surprising. Also surprising is that Ss1nz hasn't actually made a concerted attack on any of the Zerg bases yet. Usually in ZVP, we'll see a huge attack into the 3rd base or into the natural base, trying to kill it with a bunch of Zealots, maybe some Corsair support. But at this point, not so much. Nobody's really committed to a huge attack here. Yeah, I was gonna say, any Hydras that stick around here are definitely dead. Bad pathing Hydra. That Zergling died so the Hydra could live. Could he live? He could live. Temporarily, at least. Yep, and maybe even longer. Longer than temporarily. Love the Overlord spread. Just checking to see are there any weird places that a secret fourth base could exist, because the third is coming up here from Ss1nz, no problem. First storm goes down. Probably hurts more. It's another good storm. Probably hurts more of the Zealots than anything else in that situation, but Lurker aspect is being researched, about 50% complete. Something complete. There is, okay, I was gonna say, there's no static defense at this third base. There is a sunken over here. So, I don't know, if like 2 Zealots show up, we'll be okay. See, the thing about Corsairs is they're so fast, they don't have to stick around and get hit by Hydralisks, so they often do not. Fourth base under attack by this army would be pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot of Hydralisks. This is just like a we're gonna kill you with Lurker Hydra until you die style of play. We've seen it before. Trying to snipe the High Templar, but there's also a lot of damage output here too. Yeah, Ss1nz doesn't feel comfortable enough to move out after that, but Calm doesn't feel like engaging with him either. 12 more Hydras in production. Got some Lurkers coming in. We can see them here in their eggs. +1 attack is done for the Hydralisks. The gateway unit upgrades are at +1 armor with a +1 attack almost complete. Kadaran Amulet also being researched by our Protoss, and that's your fourth base, man. Zergling scouts it and actually shuts down a cannon by himself, which is kind of neat. Corsairs, how many kills do you have? 1 kill combined. Doesn't seem like a lot. Robotic support bay on the way. It's like, oh, alright, if my opponent is going to go for all of the Hydra Lurker in the world, you know what's going to be really nice here is Reavers. So let's definitely get some Reavers. Fourth base rolling for Ss1nz. Real nice, though. I gotta say, he's doing excellently with his expanding right now. Calm's behind. Calm's on 4 bases, but guess what? Protoss is on 4 too. So maybe get a 5th base, a 5th and a 6th at the same time, but you're not, don't have a ton of bank here to do that. You're spending it really well at 121 supply here. It's dicey. It's kind of a dicey situation for the Zerg, but I feel like, I don't know, like Ss1nz has just been so passive. He's not really been interested in mounting a giant all-in attack here. I mean, I guess he did have his units halfway across the map, and then Calm kind of engaged and picked off enough of the stuff that Ss1nz did not feel comfortable going for it. I do like that Ss1nz has the same thing Rush did. Rush, his name was ASL, like ASL 10 Champ Rush, which did not happen. But hey, inspirational, aspirational naming conventions. I don't see why not. Alright, so finally, expanding up the top left here is Calm Toy. This has been a pretty awesomely cautious 13-minute ZVP thus far. Hey, Metabolic Boost is getting started at 13 minutes. It's time. It is time. Considering how well Metabolic Boost 3/3 Lings scale against fully upgraded Zealots, seems fine. Or not Metabolic Boosts. It is, I mean, you do want the speed, but also you want the attack speed, adrenal glands too. It's just early game, not so much, but man, once they get that attack speed upgrade, they do really well against Zealots. Oh, Storm Drop! 9 kills on that Storm Dropper Rooney. That was great. And a Zealot up here to distract as well. The shuttle gets away, but not really. Turns out doesn't really get away. So 9 drones down to 44 drones. That was excellent. That was really good. Got an Archon down here. I guess, Sunkens are pretty good against Archons too. Are we doing DT drop sneakage? DT's trying to sneak in here to the third base in the main. Okay, that goes exceptionally poorly for that guy. This one's hiding. He knows that he's going to die too. This DT comes into the natural base. The natural base seems to be the best place to kill units today. Ooh, see the explosion. If they're carrying Vespene gas, they explode when they die. Are you kidding me right now? Dude, come on! Recognize the DT, though. This one's doing stuff, too. I mean, I guess there was kind of an engagement up here, but not really. That DT dies. I think this one got saved. He did. He's got 8 kills. He's gonna get more because there's no static defense at this base. Look, honestly, I know it costs you a drone Zerg players, but just get a spore. Or, well, I guess if you have Overlords, you don't need the spore. But the spore's nice against Corsairs anyway. A spore and a spine, super good. Or a sunken. Gosh dang it. StarCraft 2 creeping in a little bit. Or a sunken, man. Shuttle's empty, but just posing a certain threat. Another round of Zealots coming in. And I like the upgrades on the Hydras. I got the +2, which is fantastic. It's +2 attack on the Zealots and +1 armor, though, which is amazing stuff. He's just shuttling in more Zealot. Oh, okay. So this Zealot gets wiped out by this group. Is he just like ferrying them over from the main base in 2 sets of shuttles? That's kind of cool. I guess I could have said he's shuttling them over, considering, you know, their shuttles and all. But Spire, he saves the Spire. Look at just constantly running Zealots in. Can they save the Spire? The answer is no. +2 Zealots hit too hard. Too hard, I say. 4 kill Zealot. Not bad. He's definitely definitely sacrificed a lot for ire. We do have Plague on the way. We've got melee attacks on the way. Consume coming in. Did Adrenal Glands already get researched, or we're just not worrying about it because we're not making Zerglings right now? Like, at all. He made all of those lings in the early game. I like the split the map in half scenario that Column is working on right now. If you look at the mini-map, he's just got units right down the middle here. Ish, right? I don't know that Mass Hydra is the way to go. Ooh, is that a whiff? Seems to be a whiff. This is a better one. 4 kills. Shuttle running for its little shuttley life. Ooh, 7 kills on that guy. Shuttle gets wiped out, but not too bad. Engagement in the middle of the map, going for it. No Dark Swarm, which means Dragoons and Zealots are going to do amazing against these Hydras and Lurkers. No Dark Swarm at all. It's actually getting melee attack upgrades, but no Adrenal Glands. I'm very confused by this. Another base is already up on the right side for the Protoss. I mean, we are turning into quite an extended game here, which again is what was promised when you saw this video and how long it was, right? Right. Storm on the ramp. I mean, is there a better use of an ability than using Sonic Storm on a ramp? I'm gonna say probably not. Probably not any kind of a better ability. I think the Lings do have Adrenal based on the, like, 2 attacks I saw from that one Zergling. Ooh, love this expansion, love this expansion, love this expansion. Which, actually getting shut down here. Oh yeah, fast attack. Alright, so double expanding, maybe a bad idea here from Ss1nz. Can he save it with this Lurker Hydra stuff? No, Zealot attack too good. There's the cancel. Zealots do get up here and avenge the death of their probe, but there's no more probes to expand to the top right, so that's a win for Calm. 1 Zergling to delay the expansion for a while here, and Reaver time. Reaver time, it's Reaver time. Everybody get down, it's Reaver time. Nice Plague, ooh, though, catching the Reavers, 3 of the Dragoons. The storms are never ending, though, or they feel that way for the Zerg. That's a lot of blood down there. Beautiful Plague. Wow. Is that a full that's 11 Zealots that have been plagued. And now, as a Zerg, you just wander in with whatever. Take the storms and call it a day, man. Shuttle running for it right now, obviously. Bit of an engagement. Kind of trapped. Here is Ss1nz. He's going to back it out, though. And he does manage to find an area to sneak on out of there. He's up 167 and 151 supply. But the Zerg player on 57 workers. A couple bases that he hasn't even saturated yet at all. And, ooh, heading up to the right side here. Some Dark Swarm would be great, but guess what we have? So many High Templar. Okay, Defiler needs to throw down a Plague or something here. Ooh, needs to maybe consume something first. Sniping shuttles is never a bad idea. Like, if Hydras prioritized shuttle attacks, I think that'd be best. More Archons on the way. 10 Dragoons at a time coming in. Which, considering I don't think we've seen a single Dark Swarm today, is not a bad idea. Dragoons do very well if there isn't any Dark Swarm around. I mean, no matter what's going on. I guess Zerglings. If it was Massling, all Dragoons is not going to do much for you, but that's why you have the Storm. That's why you have some Archons and Zealots and stuff running around. It's that reason. So we're on even base count. No, wait. Zerg's up 1 because Protoss isn't there. But yeah, Ss1nz is maxed out. He's at 195 supply. Column's at 179 supply here. So this is feeling like a really, really good game. Obviously. Oh, Defiler down. This is turning into kind of the dreaded comp for Zerg to go against, right? Reavers, Storm, Zealots, Dragoons, Archons. It's like, well, you can't go Mass Hydra against this. You can't go Mass Ling against this. Even a combination, it's just like there's so much splash damage in this comp that anything Zerg does is going to be a problem. 2 kills on that High Templar. Storm was okay, I guess. It's going to be like Plague and Dark Swarm are the absolute keys to winning against this comp. Oh my gosh, Reavers from all sides here, though. They really tried to get that Reaver down to 13 HP, but could not finish him off at all. Both players kind of have an eye on this base down here. Zerg's got an eye on the top base because we're running out of places to expand. Here at 22 minutes, everybody has a bunch of bases. Ss1nz has a bank, though. Plague-oo! Beautiful Plague-oo. Hey, our first Dark Swarm of the day. Setting up for another Plague, I guess. Ooh, yeah, he got it. He got it. He got the Plague. That's exactly what he wanted to do. I like it. One of the Reavers has been Plague, but not all of them. We got more Plagues, or is this a Dark Swarm? Honestly, why not more Plague? More Plague, more. My Zerg main is coming through here, but man, Ss1nz is doing so well. He just takes the Plague, eats all of it, destroys the Zerg army. He's down to 151 supply, though. That was not super healthy for his overall abilities and chances to win this game. I guess that was an Archon morphing would be my guess, but who knows. So the fact that we continue to get melee attack upgrades indicates that I think we might actually see a bit of a swap-a-rooney to Ultralisks, or an addition of Ultras to the play here. Considering, what do the Lurkers have? I guess they have 3 attack, never mind. Never mind. 12 o'clock base getting taken, attempted to be taken here. Oh, Scourge on appropriate angle to at least keep the shuttle away from these bases. The Jukes! Never mind. Ss1nz says, oh yeah? I'm going to come up here. I'm going to kill some stuff. Yeah, these are Reavers, baby. You can't do anything about Reavers, can ya? Dude, this army was heading north to kill this base, and they decided not to. Oh, stuck behind the mineral lines. Alright. Oh, that's a lot of dead lings, but by golly. Alright, shuttle down. Nice storm from the High Templar. Gets 5 kills there. Another High Templar storm this way. It's 52 drones for Calm. I mean, this is brutal. This is some absolutely brutal Storm Reaver dropping stuff that Ss1nz is tossing out in this match. This is great. This is exceptionally good stuff here. So, replacing the drones. Don't see any Ultralisks coming through that production tab, nor do I think there's an Ultralisk cavern anywhere. Beautiful storms on those Lurkers, though. Plague gets off, but that was like 5 dead Lurkers, man. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, here we go. Chasing, but eating storms every time you chase. Production tab, 8 pairs of lings, 9 hydras coming in. Zealot's not doing great against these +3 lurkers, it turns out. The splash damage is insanely good. Plague again! Dude, is this game gonna break the record for the most number of plagues I've ever seen in a PvZ? This is nuts. Alright, so Overlord's here to provide, there you go, provide a little bit of detection, but man, every one of those lurkers that were in that Dark Swarm died to the DT. Trying to come in here and take care of the 12 o'clock, but guess what? Calm's defending it now with a couple lurkers and some hydras and lings. So that's not good. So Ss1nz in a bit of trouble. The old man Calm toy. I say old man, I'm 38. Like, I really can't talk to about 31-year-olds that way, but in esports ages, 31 is an old man. He is doing pretty well against the younger Ss1nz here, I gotta say. I'm impressed. Is that another plague? It's another plague. Ooh, pushing back hard against this onslaught. The southern section being won by Ss1nz, the northern section sort of being won here by Calm Toy. The Archon's going down would be a nice thing. The Defilers not just getting blown up in the face would be really good too. Trying to run, and actually does manage to escape there. They can only wiggle, but wiggle quickly they do. 12 hydras at a time in production. We've got the full upgrades for Hydralisks with the 3-3, full upgrades for Lings with the 3-3. The Protoss upgrades are 3-2-3, so they have the benefit of additional upgrades for armor anyway, shields anyway, which is great for Archons. It's really expensive. It's 400 for level 3, which is why we don't see Protoss players get that very often. Getting 2 is honestly fairly rare. Alright, so Reaver's setting up an assault here in the middle of the map, making the lurkers a lot less scary, it turns out. When you got the Reavers, the lurkers are not as terrifying. Lings Hydras pushing up as Ss1nz is trying to take this base. The 12 o'clock is gone, and I don't know, man, does Calm have enough units to run in here, eat the storms? Oh man, there are so many storms though. The plague on the buildings is really good too. This lurker trying to get out of here before he dies. That's 3 kills on that lurker. 12 o'clock base is gone for the Zerg player now, which means we're on even base count, which is not where you want to be if you're playing against a Protoss. They're going to be a lot more cost efficient than you are. I can promise you that. And Ss1nz continuing to push. These Sunken, like, doing what it can here. Sunken's in the back line where they're not getting directly attacked. They're actually kind of amazing. Sort of like Reavers in that way. Just 45 flat, or 40 damage rather, flat damage is a lot of damage to anything on the ground. Like, nobody wants to take 40 damage a shot. Let me tell you that. So yeah, a Dark Swarm here, a Plague here, any kind of a spellcast here would be amazing. Is he killing? Yeah, I hate it when... especially Protoss when they kill their own stuff, because you can hear the cannon firing, and you're like, where on the minimap is that? And then it's just self-inflicted damage. And it doesn't really matter. 6 more lurkers coming in. More Defilers on the way here too. 28 minutes. This Overlord, I guess, checking to see if this base still exists. I don't know what that was exactly. Maxed out Ss1nz again. 167 supply for Calm Toy. So, I mean, Calm. Nobody's trying to take the 6 o'clock as near as I know. Surprisingly, these Hydras are kind of just standing in against a superior Protoss army without question, and goodbye Hydras as a result. So we have engagements. Oh, Storm Drop. 3 kills. 3 kills. Ooh, a Storm to keep the shuttle alive. Clutch. And then, oh, extra Storms. Down to 50 workers is Calm. Oh, man. All right, so 12 o'clock being retaken instead of trying to kill this base, which... is he just going to sit up here and wait for enough energy to restorm somewhere? That'd be pretty good. This observer location is great. This observer location is pretty good too. Loving that. There's just nothing but constant attacks into the middle of the map here. I sort of love it. Did he really get more storms off? Oh my gosh, I got more. Down to 44 drones, dude. Calm is struggling mightily here. This storm droppage stuff of Ss1nz has been excellent. The High Templar accept their fate. He's got the Scourge in pretty decent positions to try to prevent this from happening, but he just can't quite. Oh, reverse, blah. All the lings die. Blah. All the lings die. Oh, but the Reaver dies. Where did the other? I guess there was more shuttles than one. Oh, dude. If Ss1nz wins this game, it's going to be on the backs of incredible drops. Oh, simultaneous kill? I've not seen that before. 11. I mean, the only benefit here that Calm has is that he's taking care of the drops eventually. And he hasn't lost a base, I guess, for the 12 o'clock. He hasn't lost a base yet, which is good too. He's got a ton of available larvae. He can replace his drones pretty effectively, faster than the Protoss can anyway, in general. But it really feels like Ss1nz has this thing in the bag. He just has 193 supply. Great plague location. I think a lesser Zerg would have tried to plague the Archons just because they were available. Are you freaking kidding me? Ooh, the splits are sick, though. That was some sick... Oh! Storm dodging! Storm dodging! No! Eventually, the drones will lose the game. But 12 drones in production. Oh my gosh. Alright, Zealots, again, hold this... I mean, the Sunken holds this down because it's a Sunken... Oh, actually, hold on. Man, these Zealots are beefy when they have 3-3. Never mind. I believed in that Sunken more than I should have. Defiler dies and gets a plague off. There's been a couple of delayed instances of that happening here today. Like, we had... Oh, man. Like, sometimes EMPs hit, but then recalls happen anyway. Are you kidding? He doesn't even... That was just a fake out, I think. Does he not even have enough energy to storm there? Is that what that is? This is so brilliant out of Ss1nz. He's just messing up the mining of Calm, forcing him to pay attention over here to what I... Oh, never mind. This time... It was not a feint at all, but this shuttle is totally dead. You gotta be moving, friendo. Acceleration is slow. This drone stays alive somehow. Nevertheless, Calm is at 54 total workers. He has a base up on Ss1nz right now, and we are not anywhere near done with this game yet. I cannot believe the Zerg player is still alive. I feel like he must have lost. Do we want to say 75 drones today? Is that a reasonable assessment? I think it is. Also, the Protoss hasn't lost a base today either. I mean, Ss1nz has been playing really well. Archons just kind of set up to deal with shuttles. They're not prepped to deal with Archons, it turns out, though. Coming up the ramp, not a viable strategy. As it turns out, it's real bad. Plague again, though. Plague is such a muy bien spell. Calm is just trying to delay as much as he can the onslaught. The Lurker is trying to do stuff, but once you have Archons... Oh, hold on. Did he lose his detection there? Did somebody snipe the detection? I don't know, but this hatchery is dead. Scourge here for reasons, I guess. Did he actually save this hatch through sheer gosh darn scrappiness and a million lurkers? He sure did. This Zealot, though. 3 kills. 4 kills. 5 kills. Dude, we're going to get up to 100 dead drones in this game. I don't know what else to tell you. 6 kills. Shoot. 6 kills gets you into heaven, Protoss heaven. I guess he gets turned into a Dragoon for sure, though. But guess who's back from outer space with more stuff? Ooh, nice snipe, though. It's one of the better defenses that we've seen. Oh, that's a good one, too. All right, hang on. Ss1nz, you can't just throw shuttles into the blue yonder and hope things work out for you. This one, there's 2 Scourge right here. Oh my gosh, there's 2 Scourge right here. Oh, there's 2 Scourge up here, though. Storm drop on. We'll kill one drone. Why not? Dark Templar. Move the Overlord. Oh my gosh. He's got 5 kills before he goes down. This is nuts. This is so good. Thank you again, RJB, for sending this one in. RJB TV, you guys, on YouTube. He has access to amazing replays, and he's a good caster as well. Columto is trying to take the 6 o'clock. This might be the record for, like, most drone losses ever yet. Wins the game. He's just not giving up. He just refuses to give up here. And somehow still at 61 drones. I mean, Calm's just like eating these drone losses like it's nothing somehow. Somehow magically. Like it doesn't matter. Wow. So both players are maxed out. I guess the concern here for Ss1nz is he's spending so much time in APM going for these crazy drops and getting stuff, but not so many resources on actually like a giant bankable army that can stomp over stuff. He's just trying to bleed Calm Toy dry. I keep calling him Calm Toy even though it's just Calm. Yeah, 6 o'clock base, there's probably no saving this. Unless... Nah. Reavers, Lings, Storm. Once again, it just feels like Calm is just face smashing his way into the Protoss after getting a really nice plague off, macroing as hard as he can. APM for these players is well over 300 each. These lurkers burrowing would be pretty cool. Nice plague though. Okay, maybe not burrowing here. How many storms do you have today, Ss1nz? Is it 1 million? Is it 2 million? How many plagues do you have today, Calm? Is it also 2 million? It feels like a lot. This Nidus is helping immensely in getting reinforcements down here to chase away the Protoss threat. That Archon's not happening. Observer does get sniped. Pylon doesn't happen either. Coming up the ramp is going to be substantially more difficult, obviously. Consume's a good ability, you guys. Like, write that down in your notebooks if you're learning about Brood War. Of course, that's a lot of, again, a ton of what StarCraft is spellcasting. You could be the greatest macro player on Earth, and if you don't know how to use spells for your individual race, you're not going to win a lot of games. At least not getting at this highest level, you know? Brood War is so much about spells. StarCraft 2 is as well. Which you've probably noticed, I've been posting some StarCraft 2 content, a lot of StarCraft 2 content on Brood War channel. I did remerge the channels because I figured it was a bit of a failed experiment splitting them off. It didn't really work out. So now we are combined again. It's wonderful. And if you want to get into StarCraft 2, I do post some lower level games called Midrank Madness and Brave Noob World. I do a lot more explaining as to what different units do and what a good idea strategy is than I do in the higher level StarCraft 2 casts. I think these Reavers are dead, but they're going to take a lot of Zerg with them. Yeah, they did. Look at this. He feels comfortable enough to take the 12 o'clock. If he takes the 12 o'clock and can hang on to the 6 o'clock, which, by gosh, it's another storm. Down to 56 drones again. By golly. It's got to be 100 drones down, doesn't it? It has to be 100. I don't know what else it could be. Honestly. $11 lurkers in production. Calm just fully believes in this Hydra Lurker Ling Defiler strategy, doesn't he? No Ultralisks. No Mutalisks today, which is fine. No Guardians, that's also good. And same thing here from Ss1nz. I mean, you can't really go carrier, not on this map against Zerg. So we're not going to see any of that stuff, but... Alright. Oh, the Nidus allowing for instant reinforcement from the top to the bottom. Pretty good, but the storms all over the Nidus is a bit of a problem for any reinforcements coming in. It's a lot of zealots, man. The lurkers are getting obliterated by storms. The storm placement by Sins today has been nothing but excellent. The Plague placement has also been nothing but excellent here today. The Nidus, oh, the Nidus Canal does go down. Another Plague happens. Reinforcements are not going to be very fast up here to the top. Oh, and also the 6 o'clock is really exposed right now. If Sins went down there, he could probably get some damage done, and he is. He's sending Zealots down to kill it. This is insane. This is insane. This is getting an epic tag. Holy crap. 40 minutes of non-stop insanity. Okay, it was a little quiet at the beginning, but my goodness, once it got started, it has never stopped running here. Archon down. Another Archon down. The 12 o'clock base survives. I don't care who wins this. It's getting an epic tag. This has been a fantastic game. These observers do manage to squeak out of here past the Overlords and past the Hydralisks, as the Overlords are not close enough to provide vision for the Hydralisks. Synchronized Consume. It's at the next Olympic event. And the observers get out of there. Ooh, 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 careful, careful. Again, right between the Scourge and the Overlord. Whew. Nice Plague. Another, like, just Plague doesn't stack, but hey, it's all right. It's worth a shot, I guess. Dude, going up this ramp, there's not a lot to stop the Zealots from getting up there, but it is really scary when you get Plagued. You just feel extremely weak, which you are, in all fairness. Plague! Oh, Plague on a warping in Nexus. You'll see that very often. This Archon casually getting shot at. Defiler gets sniped. 132 supply for Sins to 146 for Calm. Are you serious right now? Alright, so we're at the point where Sins needs to hang on to this base to win this game. We just are. Oh, what's in this? Nothing. Empty shuttle, but it does make the Reavers groundbound. Or earthbound, the more particularly English way to say that. Yeah, he's mined out up here. He's mined out here. He's mining out here. The Zerg's not doing so hot either. So yeah, this base is of the utmost importance. Reavers defending with all they got here. Again, Reavers are just like carriers in that if you don't have a lot of minerals available, you have to, again, it becomes a huge mineral drain to replace the Scarabs on these units. So the longer the game goes on, the worse Reavers are, kinda. Oh! Oh! Remember when I was like, we're not going to see Guardians today, those are dumb. Ooh, 6 Mutalisks and a Greater Spire on the way. You know why? There's no Dragoons here. This is Archons and Reavers and Cannons. If Guardians are the killing blow in this game, I'm going to be utterly impressed with Calm. We have not seen Guardians be the, like, hammer down unit in 1v1 professional level StarCraft before. It's usually, oh, somebody made Guardians, and they all died. It's like, oh, we're not trying that again. Usually ZVT. I recently cast a game where that happened, in case you were wondering, but... my goodness. Alright, so Greater Spire coming in. It doesn't take that long on the upgrade. Where did he even put it? Oh, here it is. Replace his Spire with a natural base. I love this High Templar just wanders in, storms this corner of the mineral patch, and then flees back to the safety of a ton of cannons. One Dark Swarm and like 4 Zerglings would wreck this, though. But check out the banks here. There aren't any. Because we just made 6 Guardians. 5 Dragoons are on the way. He smells it. He smells the Guardians coming. He's like, I realize I'm pretty, actually, low on anti-air down here. Probes transferring down to the 6 o'clock. Guardians. Alright, so we plague the stuff before the Guardians come in. The High Templar wandering up this way, though. Ooh, can they, the High Templar, can they smell the Guardians? Dude, why do you run? Ugh. They wander into cannon range and die. It's so stupid. Hold up, hold up. Oh, oh, he baited you. He baited you into sticking around. Another High Templar wandering up for another storm. See, this is why. This is absolutely why this is not doable. Reaper trying to do stuff at the 12 o'clock while this is going on. There's Storm, man. There is definitely Storm as an answer to these Guardians, too. It's just so much invested into the Guardians, and they don't do anything. Oh, the shuttle backed up a little bit. Slowed down. That was that. At least bring the Guardians in for additional DPS. Alright, Dark Swarm, Lurker, Defiler gets another Plague off here. Archons are fighting so hard against this, too. The Guardians on the high ground, making it sort of hard for the Dragoons to engage on in here. Oh, the Ling's coming around the backside. Day 2 take down 2 of the Reavers. Is this base gonna fall? Holy cannoli. Has Calm done it? Zealots coming in. They don't care about your Dark Swarm. But the Lurker Splash is so good, even if you can see the Lurkers and kill the Lurkers, which these Zealots can. Hold up this base technically alive with 2 HP and 300 shields available. But look at this. Guardian wandering in. Guess what? High Templar wandering in. Is he actually using... Coming from this direction makes it so hard, too, for Ss1nz. Surrounds are what ZBP is all about, and trying to win is the Zerg, and it looks like that's gonna be it. Ss1nz ends up losing the 6 o'clock base. All these probes are dying. And that's a good game. Ss1nz taps out, and Calm. Old Man Calm, as we call him, is your champion in 46 minutes. And 37 seconds. Hit that like button if you enjoyed that match. Holy smokes. Look at this. Calm is at 114 supply and 200 minerals. Like, he's not killing it. He's really not. He's got 41 drones. It's more than the 18 probes that Ss1nz has for sure. But yeah, once this base died, that was it. That was all she wrote. I mean, this is effectively a mined out base, really. There's some mineral patches here. There's a few up here too, and then a few down here. But it is 46 minutes on circuit breakers, man. That was amazing. I mean, we're probably at 1,000 Zerg units dead in this game. 100 of them, I think, are drones, would be my guess. Yeah, Ss1nz, some of the best constant pressure from High Templar Storm drops and Reaver drops and Dark Templar and Zealot drops I've probably ever seen in a 46-minute game. He was everywhere for the middle of that game. Kind of slowed down towards the end because he had to. He didn't have enough money for it, but... yeah, and then the question is, did he spend more on the drops than he did on trying to maybe establish the 6 o'clock base earlier? Maybe. Like, those are the decisions that we have to make, but incredible stuff. I mean, that was 476,000 points for Ss1nz, 485,000 points for Calm. Yeah, almost 1,600 Zerg units produced. End up losing about 1,400 of them. The kill-death ratio was about 1 to 2. Structures, raise numbers about even, which is good for the Protoss. And then resources, not as many as you would expect here from Calm in a win in a late macro game, right? Usually for a Zerg to win against a Protoss, they gotta have, I mean, way more than 7,000 more resources spent. But I don't know, maybe that's enough. 7,000 is a lot of units, and it was very close at the end. So that's just an epic game for you. That is just an epic ZVP. Just came down to, could you hold it? The plagues were disgusting and super well placed all game by Calm. I mean, you don't get to be a 31-year-old professional StarCraft player with ASL participation under your belt if you're bad with Plague, would be my guess. So maybe we'll add Calm to the list of players we want to watch. Same thing with Ss1nz, right? Some of this is about finding new players to watch to replace the legends who are retiring, right? Flash is retired, effectively. Bisu's gone. Jaedong's gone. So, I mean, we got to find the next generation of people, and Ss1nz is on that list for sure. So awesome. And that right there is gonna be out for it for me and out for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.